Hey, welcome to this episode. I'm so glad you're here. This week really was interesting. I love coaching so much because coaching isn't just about me helping other people. And that's, of course, yeah, what I'm doing, helping other people. Do you ever hear coaches talk about how much the people we coach actually are helping us? And this is so much how I feel about the beautiful women, the amazing souls that I am blessed with getting to work with. Because the thing is, life reflects us, it reflects what's inside us. And this is so true with coaching as well as with really everything. One of the women I coach, she's also a coach, and she was talking about, oh my gosh, my client came to me, and I see so much of what my client is going through then in myself. And I'm like, yeah, totally. And you know what? I see the same thing with then what these women are experiencing in their life. And then I'm like, yeah, I see that in my life too, or I have in the past, or I see it now, but just in a different way or at a different level, right? Because that's what, with coaching, it's, you know what? We don't have to be 7 million miles ahead of who we're helping. Are you just one step? Are you just 5 minutes ahead? And it doesn't matter. I mean, the same as with my mentors. You know what? They're going and experiencing what I'm experiencing just in a different way, at another level, in another way, shape, form, right? As we grow and evolve. And so one of my amazing clients was saying, you know what? My client came to me and she wanted help. She wanted an extra day, like out of nowhere, to book this extra day with my client, which is so fabulous. More expansion, paid in full by this client that she'd already been working with. But basically, her client came to her and was saying, hey, I feel like I'm struggling still with like implementation. And I thought back, yeah, right? Why is your client coming to you with this? It's not necessarily even because she's struggling with implementation, right? That in itself is a story, but the universe reflects us. So then I was asking my client, like, hey, what is this showing you about yourself? And even more than that, I've taken that to heart myself this week of my client sharing what her client was sharing with her, struggling to implement. And so I've been asking myself, yeah, I do a great job with implementation. I integrate and I live what I coach. But where am I not seeing where, no, I'm actually not implementing? Where am I not seeing where, no, I'm actually not integrating? And I could be doing this at a higher level, or if there's some piece of my current soul wisdom that, you know what, I haven't brought in fully yet and embodied and implemented. Where's this knowledge that I have sitting there, but I'm not actually bringing it into my reprogramming yet? And it was like, huh, this is so interesting because then I'm seeing in myself, right? This never ends. The implementation never ends because you think, hey, I implemented, you know what, the self love and the money work and all of these things. And you know what? A new day, a new path, a new integration with a new level. Because there's always more that we can see as we grow and evolve. There's something else to then release, to shed, to adjust. And I was like, oh, this is so true with me also. Something I've really noticed since becoming a mom, and it's like, wow, almost coming up on 3 years here, being a mom. And I look at how, you know what? Yeah, I haven't been as intentional with my implementation and my integration and being committed then to the habits that support me with really implementing and integrating in my life all of the programming that I'm working on, abundance inside and out, trusting the universe, all of the peace that I am working on, leaning more and more into my intuition. at the level that I'm working on right now. And I see that as a mom, you know what? I've let things slip. In fact, I see also I've used being a mom as like an excuse for not doing the implementation and integration at the same level and same commitment and with the same integrity that I did before becoming a mom. Because you know what? My schedule changed. My life changed. Lack of sleep, nursing around the clock, naps, this and that, fatigue, exhaustion, not working on myself and whatever time space I did have. You know what? I spent on my clients. I spent on my coaching. I spent on maybe taking a nap. I didn't necessarily take the time like I used to, you know what? I'm going to do self hypnosis right now. You know what? I'm going to do my somatic work right now. You know what? I'm going to be in the habit and in integrity of implementing multiple times throughout the day with repetition, the reprogramming that I know has worked for me. The process that has worked for me doesn't mean the process works for you, but I've known what works for me using it before I became a mom. And it was like, you know what? I've just fallen off the bandwagon. And I've still been doing it and I've been using then other tools different than what I did before pregnancy and becoming a mom of instead of like, no, I'm not doing a half an hour's hypnosis audio. No, I'm going to pop in a little bit of my custom hypnosis and breath body work reprogramming tool that I use. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. And I was like, you know what though? This is coming up to me for a reason. Things are changing in the rhythm of being a mom and with my kiddos. All right, bring back some of my other tools and put it in the reminders on my phone. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, do this practice now. Do it again later in the day. Do it again here. Be intentional. Because you know what I was seeing was like, yeah, I was intentional, yet I wasn't being intentional here over the last 3 years, honestly. It was like catch as catch can. I was intentional of, yes, I continue to do reprogramming and rewiring and do my work and support myself, but I wasn't intentional about how much I do it throughout the day or what it would look like. It was just, good, I have 5 minutes, I'm going to do something. And you know what? That's awesome. I'm so proud of myself for staying in the work because I know for me, the experience, it's like so easy to just let it all go and say, no, I just, whatever, I'm not doing it because I am tired and I am frazzled and I'm worn out and all of those things. And those are stories. And that's also victim mentality, right? And that's not my identity. My identity is, you know what? I'm good at reprogramming. My identity is I am great at integrating and implementing and embodying and easily making changes in my identity and life and whole of me. And I'm just seeing this now with what my client was sharing with me with her work with her client. It's like, Teal, bring this home now for myself of revisiting what does implementation and integration look like for me now in this season of my life? Because it's shifted again. Like the dynamic now with an almost 3 years young daughter is different than what it was as a newborn and then a 1 year old and a 2 year old. Things are shifting. And so I'm so proud of myself with this because for the last 2 days, when do I have the windows that I work on in my business? Well, it's at lunch. And then after my husband wraps up for the day, and I work for a little while before we have dinner and then wrap up for the day. So I have like these two little chunks. Um, and it's always been about, you know what, use that time to work on business, use that time to work on coaching and supporting my clients, use that time in that way. And it was like, Teal, why are you not taking seriously like 12 minutes at lunch before I start working on business or coaching to support myself, to sit down and do a hypnosis audio, to sit down and do one of my reprogramming tools. Before then, I jump into my coaching. And I'm like, ah, Why have I not thought of this before? Why have I not done this before? It used to always be my habit. Like I do in the morning, at lunch, and at night before going to bed. I have 3 times a day, very set blocks where I supported myself with reprogramming and inner work and all of that. This should be a natural. Like I should think of these things, and yet I didn't. But you know what? That's not a place to go with like, oh, you should be doing those things. No, we see what we are meant to see when we see it. I trust that I am shown and I will see what I need to see in perfect divine timing. When I am meant to receive it, when I am to be aware of it, when I'm to revisit it again. And so this was just a beautiful message from my soul, like Teal, nudge, nudge. Hey, see this thing. Come back and start doing this again. This is the wisdom and guidance on the path. Go this way. I'm like, oh, yes, yes. Okay. So for the last 2 days, I've started this. It's reintroducing and getting back into this habit. And truth be told, after this, I'm going to go and set up reminders then on my phone to step back into this again. Because right now I'm just like, okay, I do reprogramming little bits and pieces throughout the day. And then at bedtime, I still have my uh, reprogramming practice and intentional work that I do then. So I've kept up with that. But it's like, it was so interesting. The universe reflects us so much. That's really what I wanted to share with you. It's just the universe so reflects you. And so, even more than that, you know what? Where are you being invited to see something about how you are implementing, making changes in your life, how you are implementing your inner work, your frequency work, your consciousness work, right? And your integration and embodiment and how you are doing that, when you are doing that, who you are being energetically when you're doing that. Is your soul inviting you to make some shifts there, to better support yourself, to make more forward progress, right? Is there another habit? Is there something for you to shift? Woo! Have some wind. How are you being invited by your soul? What wisdom are you receiving? What emotions, what thoughts, what frequency are coming to you? Hopefully you can hear me over all this. It's suddenly gotten really windy. Yay, we're wrapping up. Wind's picking up, getting a little smoky again. Afternoon winds around here. But what message is coming to you from your soul guiding you, saying, hey, look at your implementation of how you are reprogramming and raising yourself up, rewiring, elevating, evolving, expanding yourself. What is that for you? And just share with you then my story of like, hey, gosh, this is something that's then come up for me, and to share that story with you. And it's not a place to then beat yourself up and say, oh, I could be implementing better, or I should have done this, or I should have done that, or why didn't I see this, or why didn't I think of that? No, this is just, hey, what opportunity is here for you? What blessing? To just create expansion in your life and create your soul aligned life. Okay, so that's where we leave it for now. But big hugs to you, and I'll see you in the next one.